Shoot.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Prairie kitchen. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my smoked goose and duck breast recipe. This is one of my favorite recipes. It takes a little more time, but it is worth it and it is delicious. And from this recipe you can do so much more after the breasts are smoked, but first you gotta smoke them. So let's get to it. Alright, so the first step is we have to make the brine to put the breast in. So that's what we're gonna do. First, you want a quart of water, and we're just gonna heat this up about medium. So we're gonna let that warm up. Now we can see a few bubbles starting to break the surface of the water, which means it's time to start adding ingredients. So first what we're gonna add is this, a cup of kosher salt. Next, we're gonna add a cup of brown sugar, and this is only 1/4 of a cup. It's kind of hard to get out, so I gotta do that 3 more times. Next, we're gonna add 1/4 of a cup of garlic powder. Then we're gonna add 1/4 of a cup of Italian dressing. Next, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of coarse black pepper and 2 tablespoons of crushed red pepper. And finally, we're gonna crush 4 bay leaves up in it. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn the temperature down to low, and we're gonna let this simmer about 15 to 20 minutes. That'll help blend all the flavors. So it's been about 15, 20 minutes, somewhere in there. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our brine. There it is, you can see it. We're gonna transfer it to a big container. This is what we're gonna put all the meat and stuff in, and you can see I didn't get all that salt out. It didn't quite dissolve all the way. That's okay, because we're gonna add 2 more quarts of water, and you just use it kind of to rinse out the rest of your pan. So there's 1 quart, and here's the second quart of water. The last thing we're gonna add is ice. We're gonna add 1.5 quart of ice to this to help cool it down. We're gonna let that cool down a little bit, let that ice do its work, it'll melt, and then we'll put in the duck and goose. So the original recipe calls for 12 to 16 duck breast. Now we've done this with goose quite a bit and it works out great as well. Actually, I prefer my goose like this. This is what I do with a lot of my goose, is I'll smoke it and then you can do a whole bunch of different things with it from there. But I'm doing a little bit of goose, a little bit of ducks. I believe I have 10 goose breast and 4 duck breast in here. You might have to tweak it based on how many goose breasts you're doing or how many duck breasts you're doing. But this is originally for 12 to 16 duck breast. Now we're gonna let this brine for 6 to 24 hours. Personally, I like to let my stuff brine or marinate for at least 24 hours. It gets more of the flavoring into it that way. But that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let it brine for 24 hours. Here is our goose and duck that's been refrigerated in the brine for 24 hours. What we're gonna do now, first off, we're gonna drain the brine off. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take each one of these breasts and we're gonna rinse it off with cold water. And then after that, we're gonna take some olive oil and just put a little bit of olive oil on each one and kind of just, you know, you want just rub it on both sides. Just like so. And we're gonna do that for each breast. All right, here it is. Here's the old trusty smoker. So we're gonna load it up, put the goose on, and we're gonna let it smoke about 1.5 hours to 2.5 hours. We want that internal temperature to be at 135. So up to 2.5 hours is the maximum. And remember, this recipe was originally for ducks. We've used it for geese as well. The geese might not hit that internal temperature, so if they don't hit that, we'll take it and we'll finish it in the oven. If they do, then perfect, we'll be done. But now we just gotta load this up and we'll, you know, let it smoke. Now, if you have a smoker that has temperature control, you want to set it to 170 is what I run it at. So we'll set that now and we'll get these smoking. It's been about a little over 2 hours now. So what we're gonna do, we got my tray here, got my tongs, got my meat thermometer. That's what we're gonna do first. We're gonna see how warm they are. Yeah, that's how you know. That's good. All right, let's see here. Get one of these geese. All right, so reading about 150, which is a little warmer than I'd like them, but that's all right. I won't have to finish these in the oven that way. And there you are, smoked duck and goose breast. From here, we can do a whole bunch of other recipes. I've already made one for you guys. So it's the smoked goose fajita. This is how I smoke that goose. I'll put a link to that up above here so you guys can check out that recipe as well. But this recipe, I highly recommend. This is one of my favorites for ducks and geese. As you can see, I did some mallards and a lot of geese on this. Both worked. I got it a little higher than 135 for the internal temp, about 150. That's not gonna hurt anything. It's just gonna be about medium rather than medium rare. I like my stuff medium rare, but so it'll be a little bit medium. But depending on the recipe you use, that's not a big deal. So I'll do a whole bunch of recipes based off this smoked goose recipe in the future, but that's how you do it for now. From here, you can just cut it up into little strips and fry it, or use it for other recipes like I just said. What I like to do is I like to freeze it, and you can just take it out just one breast at a time, and you can cook it up for breakfast or dinner or whenever. I mean, there's just so many possibilities you can do with this. But that is all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoy this recipe. If you do, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are on this recipe down below. I always love hearing from you. I want your feedback on these recipes, guys. If you try them, let me know down below what your guys' thoughts are. Maybe you have some suggestions to improve them. Maybe you have other recipes for me to try. I'm always open to trying new things. So let me know down below. And subscribe if you haven't already so you stay up to date with the latest hunting and fishing exploits, as well as cooking videos. Even more of these hunting how-to tips and tricks, gear reviews, and a whole lot more coming at you guys. And we'll catch you out there. See ya.